Today, we're showcasing the Noisy Cricket. Just kidding, it's a Bulgarian Makarov. Well, you probably know as the worst gun in every video game. Let's do a little bit of talking about it right out of the box, about the ergonomics, which people always brag about the ergonomics of these pistols and how good they feel in your hand. It does feel good in my hand, but this trigger guard right here is actually, from what I read, the Bulgarian style trigger guard, and I don't know if the Russian trigger guard would make a difference because the Russian trigger guard is kind of squared off, but when I wrap my hands around here, it kind of digs into my finger. Now it just might be, I might just be used to how I grip how I'm gripping that gun, that this digs into my finger. So I'm having to adjust my grip just a little bit along with the magazine, but it still feels pretty good. If my hand was a little bit bigger, that might be uncomfortable, and this would turn into a strictly one-handed gun. Now, one thing when I was down on the range that I did forget to mention about the ergonomics of the Makarov pistol is the fact that the safety and the rear sight kind of get in your way when you're charging it. It kind of digs into your hand, kind of cuts your fingers. Now, these are minor things, but compared to the design and ergonomics of modern pistols, the modern pistols are better when it comes to ergonomics. I mean, the majority of them are. But for a heavy steel frame gun, this is still good, and these are just minor nitpicks that I'm doing. But back to the video. Even though this is a Bulgarian Makarov, this one holds a bit of secrets. When I was cleaning it last night, I took it apart and I found a Russian factory stamping on the inside of the slide. I found a Tula factory stamping. So this was actually a military arsenal Russian pistol that was sent to Bulgaria and serviced by Bulgaria in their military or police. You know this is a military or police issue Bulgaria because of the Circle 10 marking. But that is that's super cool because the Russian arsenal Makarovs go for way more than a Bulgarian Makarov. So I actually got a undercover Russian spy Makarov without even knowing it. Quite a heavy little pistol. The steel frame is absolutely great. It's just aesthetically pleasing, feels good in your hand, and you feel like you could, use this as a palm pack and whack the shit out of somebody with it, and it would do a lot of damage. Now the 9x18 cartridge, some say leaves something to be desired, but it is just enough. We're going to get to a gel block test, not today, but another day, comparing this to 9x19 and see how it does. This Makarov was actually made in 1979. We know that by the prefix before the serial number, and it is rather serviceable. It's in very good condition with a little bit of holster wear on it. You can see that this thing was holstered by either a police officer or a military member of some sort. So let's go fire our first shots, and we're going to run some drills today, and we're just going to have fun. All right, we're going to fire our first shots with this Makarov and see how she performs. We should have one in the chamber, and we should be ready to go. Oh, I don't have ear pro on. Holy shit, 1 second. All right, now we have ear pro. Makarov, first shot. It's not bad. What were you expecting, like a slower build up and like me to aim or something like that? No, you just gotta do a fucking full send. Nice. All right, so that accuracy is not too bad. That's our last three right there in the center. All right, 5-shot group with the 9x18 Makarov. We're from 5 yards, and we're gonna start with the hammer down and gun out of the holster. Well, that's not a very bad 5-shot group. Oh, that's the problem. We're not at the correct angle. There we go, that's better. Don't look at me. How many unruly conscripts do you think met their end like this during the Cold War? Oh well. I'm just gonna say this is a me problem. I think I need to modify my grip on that Makarov just a little bit. Or maybe it's, you know, 1950s technology. I don't know. Cope and seethe in the comments. Alright guys, at this point I really don't have much ammo left. So we're going to spend the rest of the ammo on shooting steel at close range, and then we're going to go up at 50 yards and try to hit some steel. I've been noticing I'm pulling a little bit to the left. I don't know if that's the gun or if it's just me not being used to pulling the trigger. I'm going to have to assume that's actually me. But yep, I think these sights are somewhat adjustable, or no, actually, I don't believe the military sights are adjustable, so we're just gonna have to go with it. But it's still, the gun is still hyper accurate. It's hitting a group that's very impressive. So I'm really happy with this so far. Let's go shoot some fucking steel, guys. We're gonna start with hammer down because I need to get used to that again. Alright, well, you know what, forget the 50-yard drill. We only have 8 more rounds. Let's just put these last 8 into steel. We're going to come back out here in a week or two once I get a Joe block, and we're going to test 9x18 F&J, the Hornady 9x18, the polymer tip Spicy Boys, against the 9x19 Hornady polymer tip Spicy Boys. So that should be a lot of fun, but let's just see how many of these we can put on steel about as fast as we can. I'm not going to go from the draw. I'm going to go from hammer down. I'll see you guys next time. I missed 2, damn it.